Okay, so first off, would like to apologize that I'm late. And I just realized I have to change this. Fuck! It has been, morning. Basically, I woke up, did my, what's it called? Did a quick little update video, which, went up on the YouTube side recently. It talks about the fact that I'm doing a schedule swap. So for Twitch, basically, Xenoblade's getting moved to Sunday, Super World Wars is taking the weekday slots for YouTube, and same's going on with the streams. It's just easier that way. I will also openly admit this right now. Well, this is a blind playthrough of Super Robot Wars V. I have never beaten this game before, and I have not made it very far. I have run a semi-practice file. It wasn't really to practice the game per se. It was actually just to check the stability, because it's a Bandai Namco game, and after the stuff I read about SD Gundam Crossray on the Switch, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be dealing with crashes or bad frame rate, that kind of stuff. So I played a little bit into it, but I'm going to be playing as the opposite character I loaded up my practice file with. What this will do is, I think it's easier just to show in the game. For those who have never played Super Robot Wars, so they can understand kind of what I'm talking about. I will say, I do hope I hope we actually do get more of these over here in the States. I would like to see Super Robot Wars Z get a full re-release. Okay, so Nope, no, I do not want that stuff playing. Give me a second. I'm just messaging my mods really quick. Just gonna throw it in the library. I'll throw on the terms menu. Okay, there we go. Here, I will say, if you've never played the Super Robot Wars games, at least from what, I forget if, 30 has this mode, but I know it has beginner and standard mode. I forget if it has guidance mode. I'm assuming the, X and T have it. Yeah, no, it'd be worth a little try. It'll give you a tutorial scenario so you can actually... Super Robot Wars has a couple unique mechanics as a tactics game as compared to, say, Fire Emblem. I use Fire Emblem because Fire Emblem tends to be one of the more popular tactics games that I usually see people talk about. We will be playing standard mode. Standard mode is basically the way the game was meant to be played. It comes with SR points and difficulty of the normal or hard depends on the amount of SR points obtained. Oh. Oh, so that's how that works. Oh. Yeah. We have two characters here. We have a tough guy who lives in the fast lane, a member of the Earth Federation Forces Lunar Special Tactical Lab Defense Force, formerly mobile weaponry pilot with the Lunar Aviation Wing. Then on the other side, a positive rookie who never loses hope, a member of the Earth Federation Forces 3rd Special Tactical Lab Defense Force, has almost no combat experience and has been entrusted with odd jobs as a result. And I will say this. This isn't just like some kind of like, you know, palette swap. No. Hey, Sean! Yeah, they do. I haven't seen really a game that does this often, and I love it. It's that you choose one character, the other character still exists in the world. But everyone's interactions are different with you, you get different dialogue, it's really nice. So, my practice file, I've been going through with the tough guy who lives in the fast lane, default name Shoji, and if I remember correctly, her default name is Chitose? I'm probably mispronouncing it. But yeah, we'll be going with her for this run. Yeah, last name Kisaragi. Chitose? I don't know. This, I forget if 30 had, because I started 30, like, back when it first came out. I forget if blood type was a thing, for the character that affected, but I think, the birthday affects the character's skills, kinda like a Crossray. It's not like a massive amount, it's basically just, the month and day decides the star sign, and then blood type will affect what you get. But, the one thing a lot of them have in common, because I have a chart up here of what, I already know the date I'm gonna go with, I'm actually gonna go with my actual birth date. I always do that. The blood type is what I'm willing to kind of fib about. Yeah, pretty much all of them will start you with the ability Zero In, which in SR30 terms is the ability Focus. It's a 20% increase to accuracy and evasion. A couple will her default birthday will actually start you with the ability Trust, which is an amazing self-heal, but is terrible on her starting mech. Soji starts with Excel on his default. I am gonna go with blood type AB though, for a very specific reason I'll talk about later. First name. Let's go with the channel split between the two names. I shouldn't. I know what. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go with. No, I know what I'll do. Go with the name I've been using for a little bit of writing on the side. Go with the Rock for the last name. And for nickname. Avi. Mix things up a little bit. Let's start the game. November 11th, 2199, NCC Pluto Airspace. I know those ships. The Yugiri, Kuramama, and Abu Kuma are down. Other vessels are taking heavy fire. I won't read all the dialogue. I will let it up there and I will kind of just scroll through. But this way I can kind of talk about the events. Incoming transmission from the enemy. Attention Earth fleet, surrender at once. How do you respond? Tell them we will never surrender. In the dub, the dub ruins the scene. Instead of saying that, he just says the word nuts. That's all he says. The Tako, Choke, and Ashigara are down. That's 99% of the fleet destroyed. Yeah, no, they only have 2 ships left. And they've got no word for the Amaterasu. Set a course at high velocity. It'll pass Venus momentarily, arriving on Mars within 10 minutes. Lieutenant Commander Kodai's the Yuki Kaze. Kodai gave his life so they could get out of here. They don't do a good job of showing it here, mostly because they use stills for the visual novel sections. But if I remember correctly, in the actual show, they are wearing full spacesuits. This is not like, oh, they terraformed Mars and could breathe on it. At least, okay, I will be talking about this. These are characters from the show Star Blazers. Very, well, here in the States it's called Star Blazers. In Japan, it is Space Battleship Yamato. Space Battleship Yamato goes back years. It is an old sci-fi anime. It is very good. It's a hallmark of the sci-fi genre for anime. I think it was 2010. Yep. Same last name. But yeah. These are the 2199 variants. So this is the redone variant they did. There were some plot changes. I don't know how much. I've not actually watched most of it. I will say I do like the animation updates. Just every uniform is just more detailed. Theirs is, yeah, so this is going out at the same time as that battle. Inside, woman with a capsule. That capsule is one of the most important things to ever show up in this series. And here's where we're going to get the little backstory of this world. The Earth Federation, the first unifying body for all of humanity, marks the beginning of the new correct century in 2000 and the beginning of humankind's expansion into space. Some say it was also the beginning of a new era of war. The battle between the Earthnoids and the Spacenoids that began with the 1-year war waged through Char's rebellion, giving way to the so-called 10-year void. Now, 100 years later, humans have become a truly interstellar species, and it feels As though, yeah, another new era is approaching. For years, humankind knew of a race of intelligent extraterrestrial life forms known as the Gamilons. The Federation shambles us by having rebuffed the Jupiter Empire for the Jupiter War. Basically, this universe is fucked. Because, basically, the events of Mobile Suit Gundam's Universal Century up until, at the very least, Char's Rebellion happened. The sole surviving battleship of the M operation makes its way back to Earth with the capsule collected from the escape pod on Mars. Meanwhile, a woman on Earth awaits the arrival of another symbol of hope from the moon. So, yeah, a lot of stuff went down. The secret underground base in Bono Misaki, Kyushu, Japan. There's a couple weird translations. I believe it was supposed to say we're not on Mars. Like, it's a couple weird things that get moved around. Mostly due to the nature of Super Robot Wars. But still, can you imagine? It's like, oh yeah, the fucking Twilight Access shock happens. And then aliens from Jupiter, which is Gundam Crossbone, which also means F91 happened. God, this world is fucked. A lot of Gundam happens in it, though. Which, huge Gundam fan. I always love more Gundam. Welcome to the third Special Tactical Lab Defense Force, Ensign Rock Avia. It's a Gundam! Yeah, no, I actually kind of like this. This is actually an explanation of the gun. Yeah, you got quite a tan going. UV rays get pretty intense in space. The tan just proves I'm a pilot. Because, from my understanding, that is actually correct. Because there's no atmosphere protecting you from the UV rays. It's just bombarding you. I like both these characters. I think they're both unique in their own way. At least from, like, the bits I've seen of them so far. The third special attack, yeah, it's understaffed. So you get little old me. Yep, and she's an ensign. Actually, I'm a second lieutenant by default. I'm the only one on the defense force. No, you don't get both as units. From what I've been seeing, assuming Soji's gonna fill the same role as Chitsuei, they stick around for a bit and interact with dialogue. I'm assuming there's gonna be a way I can recruit the other later in the game, much like how in 30 I recruited Edge. Yeah, so we kind of get so our character kind of gets the odd jobs. I got to drive to spare though, and I'm doing. She's very energetic. And nah, I'm gonna because it does give the explanation because with this being the world of Star Blazers by default, there's some shit going on. The ERS 100. These goods are under the auspices of the Lunar Lab. Delivery confirmed. Contents of the container are classified. No, give Earth some hope. I think I know what it is. Because there's only one thing it can be. The Gamillion. Yeah, they are, there are no, he had, yeah, so that is not a typo. She did say aircraft, not mobile suit. Yeah, she's taking mobile weapons training, but no weapon. Still trying. Still trying. This brings me back. That's the Yamato. Old shipwreck that is exposed now that the oceans have dried up. Fabled Yamato. This is the explanation as to what the fuck's going on with the Earth itself. The planet bomb launched from Pluto wiped out the space colonies. When it hit Earth, the oceans evaporated, the Earth was polluted, and the seas were leveled. The loss of life was staggering. Those who survived fled to the underground shelters where scientists estimate humanity would survive only a year before collapsing completely. Those scientists underestimate humanity's resilience. So, yes, the Gamelins dropped a bomb on the planet that just completely made the planet uninhabitable, and the shelters are only going to last for a year. Humanity's fate now rests with the crew of one ship, the ship known as the Yamato. There's the uniforms! The Izumu plan. Yeah, it doesn't say it, but it's been a little bit. I forget how long the time difference is. It's been a hot minute since I've watched Star Blazers / Space Battleship. I will often call it Star Blazers because that's what I grew up with. Starsha of Iskandar. Yeah, they've been working on the Yamato for a year prior to the 1-year timer. The Wave Motion Core drives the Wave Motion engine. Name is the Yamato. So we have to get to 168,000 light years from Earth, the large Magellanic Cloud. So yeah, it's a 336,000 light year round trip. And we have 1 year. This part's gonna be a little bit long because there's a lot of text and everything here at the start to introduce characters, introduce the world of Star Blazers, and kind of the world of that we're in. Yeah, you're acting rather familiar, Ensign. But yeah, them finding the capsule on Mars was about a year ago. Then it's been a week since the Ensign, since this guy Soji here delivered whatever the hell he delivered. I prefer not to, Ensign. He's just giving the cold shoulder. And we just do the odd jobs, not privy to the details of research. At this point, the Yamato project... Turning off the auto, that was an accident. The Yamato project is no longer classified, it is now public knowledge. To boost morale, pretty much. That's what it was, why they announced it to be public. They didn't want to announce it too early because, yeah, that if it fails, it could really destroy morale. But if it succeeds, at this point, the ship is up and moving. There's no hiding it exists. We asked for permission, but we were denied. And we worked for, a special tactics lab, so of course we'd see notes about it. Yeah, we're a rookie, and no way in hell they're gonna let us on board. Everyone else on the Yamato has specialized training. Pretty much that entire crew is green, but they've basically been specially trained because they've known about this for a year. So they've been prepping the crew in the academy for a while. You know what, I can respect that. Off duty, so he has to go back to the moon. Now, time for the launch of these. But, Flight from Despair, Scenario 1. Officer Kodai. A couple of these are actually characters, if I remember correctly, unique to 2199, because, they fleshed out the cast a lot more in that, from my understanding. Like, there are a lot less faceless characters. Lieutenant Junior Grade Kato appointed Aircraft Squad Captain. Huh. Restrictions after part of the Cosmo Zero without permission? Yeah. From my gather, these two had a reverse of positions. He used to be Kodai's superior, now Kodai is his superior. You know what? I can respect this also. Don't waste lives. Yamamoto. Back. Let's get to know some more of the crew. She does look almost exactly like the woman from Iskandar. Yuki Mori. a lot of these characters are very famous in the genre just because Star Blazers was an important show to sci-fi anime. And Kodai is gonna confront him. He's not answering the question. And technically he didn't, but he blames himself as a lead. He blames himself because he was the leader of the operation. It was still his fault. He does. That's the thing about the captain of the Yamato in both versions. He feels responsible for his crew. In all honesty, he's one of the... I could go on forever about how much Star Blazers is a good show. Frankly speaking, all the other candidates under consideration for leadership positions were killed in the attack on the space. Let me finish. The man who was supposed to fill this position was Mamoru. His brother was supposed to be in that uniform. You know what? And this isn't like something like, oh, he was supposed to fill it, so I gave it to you out of pity. No, it's, you still met the requirements. I feel you, knowing his brother, knowing, it's like one of those things that he has faith in him that he can fulfill these duties. As the Chief Tactics Officer. In other words, he's in charge of the guns. Shima is here. We have Kodai, Shima, Mori, Okita. Or Okita. It's a good thing he got that out of the way now. It would have been terrible to have him just sitting on it through the entire game. And the entire series. We got Shiro Sanda. A couple of... I'm going to be completely honest with you. A couple of the uniform colors do match Star Trek. Engaging Officer, Lieutenant Commander, Hiko Zaman Tokugawa? Daisuke Shima. Our Operations Officer, Lieutenant Yuki Mori. And Tactical Officer, Lieutenant Susumu Kodai. These are probably going to be the names I'm going to fuck up the most because they are the most Asian names in this game. I will try my best. I will try my best to say them correctly. And this is a smart one. They did the last one to make sure it actually existed, and now they're going to just bomb the fuck out of it. AU-09, otherwise known as the Analyzer. Yeah, no, they're gonna send more than... They're gonna deploy their forces. And there are some Gamelin fighter jets. I actually hit the tactical lab. Our oceans, our lives, and our future. time to get the one thing that is really good at destroying fighter planes. A mobile suit. There's way too much power and more weapons than anybody needs with this some sort of crazy prototype or a defective machine. Fire control systems have been set to auto. It even has its own repair apparatus. So that's why I was saying having trust is kind of pointless on this unit, because it comes with repair. Trust is a guaranteed 3,000, but it uses SP, which you could use on more useful skills. You can repair yourself or other nearby units, but they have to be 1 square away from you. And so let's talk about special objectives really quick. So there's gonna be victory conditions. Of course, you guys, that will be, hey, do this, you complete. So if it's blue, that means it's going to end the level. Then there is the defeat conditions, which currently only one is the Vangray is defeated. Change certain levels, certain units can't die, blah blah blah. You know, usual stuff. But then there's the SR. These are special requirements, and you get a reward if you do them. Our first one's very easy. Use all weapons equipped on the Vangray before defeating all enemies. That fast. And with that, how does the audio sound, by the way? Is because I haven't done an audio check with this. I want to make sure it's not like overbearing. Audio's good, like you can hear me fine over top of the game audio. It's like I can see it is loud. Okay. With that, one other thing I should talk about, for those who have never played an SR game, a Super Robot Wars game before, I had a little bit of a journey learning this, because Super Robot Wars 30 was my first SR game. You have actions, these EX actions. You get EX points every time you kill an enemy. I feel this one in particular, the way I describe it, it's Gale Force from Fire Emblem, but it's more balanced than Gale Force. So instead of being every turn, as long as you can kill an enemy, you get 2 turns. You can get a lot of turns chained together if you use it correctly, but you have to make sure the unit's very powerful to do it. With that, let's start with our first attack. Particle Cannon Senpu. And here it is, the Vangray. It's not bad. It does feel like it's just a walking gun. It is an interesting design. And yeah, so 1 turn. Can I use the... I'm going to use Railgun. So, you notice I can use Railgun Gecko here, but I could use it earlier. I'm going to go over a couple things that I know aren't things in Fire Emblem, because... the main tactics games I've played before Super Robot Wars is Fire Emblem and XCOM. There are certain weapons in this game you cannot fire if you've moved. Our Railgun Gecko is one of those weapons. Another example in Super Robo Wars 30 would be Getter Robo's Getter Rays. So weird seeing fighter jets. I'm so used to like fighting mobile suits. Positron Impact Turret Jinari. Or Jinari. Also, by the way, if it's something that we've already seen before, like Gamelin's missiles, I'm just gonna press Y and skip it. But if it's something we haven't seen before, I really like the animation, we'll watch it. Like this! Just straight up nuke 'em! Oh yes, I like that shot, like the zoom in on the face. That's so good. And for completing the SR objective, we are going to be starting with a bonus 10,000. Saying that this weapon happens to have arms is... though I wouldn't say this machine is heavily armed, saying that this weapon happens to have arms and legs is more accurate. I wonder if the people at the lab, though, to leave behind for anyone who gets... Yeah. It might not have a lot of weapons active right now, but the weapons it's got hit like goddamn trucks. That, we've reached to level 2. For our starting skills on our character, we've got Strong Luck, Potential level 7, Support Attack level 2, and Enhance Attack. I will go over those when we get to the sub-menu. We got one more unit left. So what I'm going to do is, EX action, smash it! And well, this thing's fucked. I want to see how much damage this deals. I do like this machine. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the leg design. Everything else about it I think is pretty neat. But that wasn't the big selling point for me. The selling point on this game for me were the series that were included, especially with the base being Yamato. Oh, Star Blazers. For this very reason. At the Far East headquarters, we're diverting power to the Yamato from Africa, Eurasia, and North America. Pretty much power from the entire world just to get this ship in the air. Gauge the wave.
Energy 充填 120%。 波動エンジン回転数良好いけます。惑星間弾道弾捉えました。船体を起こせ偽装解除。これは
この船は敵の目を欺くため偽装していたのだ。
偽装？じゃあ僕たちが見たあの沈没戦艦だ。
そうだ、ヤマトだ。
Space
戦
battleship.
艦ヤマトだ。
The space battleship Yamato.
惑星間弾道弾をここで迎撃する。主砲発射準備。
主砲発射準備。
罰病ヤマト発進。罰病ヤマト発進します。
Here we go.
主砲発射準備。
はい。主砲発射準備。
ショック可能。エンジンからエネルギー伝導割る。
照準合わせ。誤差修正マイナス1コンマ3。
測定よし。照準よし。
撃ち方始め。
キャー。
That meet our battleship for the game. The vaporize the entire ship. Captain Harlock is, yes. I forget if it's X or T. Captain Harlock is in one of them. I'd like to say it was X. There we go. Yeah, it was T. My bad. I knew it was one of the two. I am eventually gonna pick up both of them, mostly because one of them has fucking Gurren Lagann. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get T next. I'm gonna get T and I'm... God, I wish they would re-release Z. He inspired Simo to do the pose. With that, we have joined the crew of the space battleship Yamato and are embarking on a 168,000 light-year journey to Iskandar. Both got the same orders to board the Yamato. Uh-oh. But we had orders! We had orders! So,